Que pasa YouTube? How's it going, all you UCL fans? This is going to be the final video for season 3 of the UCL, and I asked you guys if you wanted to see an interview with the potential winner of this season, and I was luckily blessed enough to have Mo here open up his schedule for this interview. So if you guys do enjoy this, hit that thumbs up button and down below. Let me know in the comment section below, what was your favorite Pokemon to watch from the entirety of season 3. So I think with that out of the way, let me introduce our champion of UCL season 3, Mr. Heated Mo, coach of the Toronto Togekiss.
Hello guys, hello. Didn't think I would be here, but what's going on? What's going on?
I remember you telling me that you only wanted to get one win, and I think you even like mentioned it in some of your videos. And here you are. You're in the peak of the mountain for this season.
Oh, dude, that's the crazy part. Because this season, I said it word for word on video. I said I just want to get one win this season, and the first match I won. No problem. It was like a 5-0 too, and I was like, oh my god, like that's crazy. And then I just kept winning. I only lost once the entire season. So instead of winning once, I lost once. So I got the complete opposite of what I asked for. It was kind of wild.
Yeah, I know, it's crazy. Like as a fan, because throughout the season, I just wanted to watch it as a fan, and it was very entertaining to see you rise up this far after you said you wanted to get one win. And of course, watching all the other awesome coaches. Like I've said this before, like you and PK, you two were probably the most entertaining coaches to watch for me this season. And the fact that one of you was able to make it to the very end was awesome. I think, man, like it's really cool. I remember the feeling when I won season 2, dude. I was just sitting there, man. I'm getting goosebumps now just thinking about it too. So I can only imagine how you felt as well.
Dude, I was gonna cry.
I know it's emotional, isn't it?
It was so emotional because at the moment when I had like killed the Uxie, because I already knew I was gonna kill the Uxie 100%. I was like, okay, well, Uxie's the last mon, I guaranteed win this, etc. And I'm just like, I killed the Uxie. We're at the win-lose screen. This is actually happening. And then once the battle was over, I was like, I don't know what to say. I didn't plan on this. I didn't even think I was gonna get this far. I didn't even think I was gonna win. Like I was actually like speechless. I couldn't say anything. I like after like a minute of like just kind of taking everything together and just like piecing everything together. Like right after that, I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, you just gotta take everything in for a moment there.
Yeah. It was just crazy, dude. It was actually the craziest moment ever.
Yeah, and again, like a big thing about it too, because I was in the same boat as you were, is that this was your first league championship as well as mine was the first one in season 2. So I think that in itself just has like a bigger impact, because again, like you fought through the entire season, you did well through the entire season, you saw it through the long haul and just made it to the end, and were able to kind of stand there proudly and say, I did it, I won, we won. And I think a lot of fans definitely were excited about you pulling it out. I'm pretty sure a lot of people too were surprised how well you did. I don't mean that in a bad way, obviously, but I think you were like a nice surprise factor in this season.
I definitely worked very hard. Obviously, I can do it without you and Shuckle and all the people that I worked with.
I was just happy to help.
But it was like very stressful to get to that point, because I said I'm gonna prepare, and like it was every week. It was like up to 5 hours of preparation, because like I would mock for like an hour or two, and then I would review the mock and do this and that. Mm-hmm. Like a lot of people said, "Oh, I was just spoon-fed teams." No, definitely not. Definitely not.
Those people clearly did not watch the team builders.
Oh,
there's a difference between just giving somebody a team and making it for them exactly, but there's a difference to sit there with the actual person and help them, and then also take their suggestions into consideration and stuff. Because I know for a fact you had some good ideas too in certain matches. It wasn't all just like completely me or whatever. It was a shared effort.
We crafted based on my playstyle. It was kind of like, I mean, I didn't know the entirety of I didn't know how each Pokemon worked to the extent that you did. So I was just like, okay, this is the playstyle I want to have. What can we do with this? Okay, I like this, but can we do this? Or is this a good idea? It was like fine tuning. Spoon-fed is like quite the opposite. We work for these teams, to be honest, dude.
Yes.
Like,
so those people clearly did not see any of the actual team builders at all. And actually, I wanted to talk about the match real quick. What were you like feeling throughout the match? Like, were you trying to stay positive? Did you think like things are gonna turn around and like go south for you? Or were you like just genuinely ecstatic the entire time? Like what were you feeling or like thinking?
Well, originally, when I came into the battle, I said, okay, this is Nexus. He has so much more experience than I do. So much draft league experience.
I'm not gonna lie, just sorry to interrupt real quick. I did kind of give Nexus the edge skill-wise. I was gonna feel like prep is definitely gonna be huge in the match, but like if it comes down to skill, I think Nexus will edge this one out. But
yeah, no, that's I agreed with that. I said he's the better player in the matchups, in the match situation, but my preparation has always been very good. So I kind of was like, okay, maybe we can win this. And then I saw at the battle screen, I was like, okay, maybe we can win this. And I followed my plan with the Charizard, and I was like, okay, this is going my way. And then once I got my spikes up, even though I was at 24 HP on the Nidoking, I was like, that's fine. This Nidoking can now be fodder. I will get initiative later on. Spikes are up. I was in control through that entire thing until I saw Lopunny power up punch, and I was like, okay, this could be bad very quickly. Because I need to take care of this Lopunny. But then I realized I had the spikes up. The spikes literally won me the game, which was great. But like once the Lopunny was there, I started like screaming and shaking. That shit was.
Yeah, I know. You just see that one mon, and you're like, oh, just I don't want this to be the downfall.
No, it was a Mega Lopunny with a power up punch. So I was terrified because if he got another one up, he was gonna guarantee a kill. On the Mew, I could not spam softball, so that's when I got nervous. Got that thing out of the way, but that was a mini boss on his team. When I saw the Coco show up, I was like, okay, it's probably like an expert belt, life orb, Electrium Z, etc. It has to be one of those because he hasn't done anything. He hasn't taken lefties or anything. So what is it? And then he goes for Calm Mind. I'm like, I'm going to lose.
I got shook when I saw that too. I was like, oh, this is not what I expected at all to see. Okay.
Yeah, it was terrifying. And then he got up the Iron Defense. I'm like, I don't know how I'm gonna kill this.
I didn't even know it learned Iron Defense.
I didn't know either.
I had no idea Coco knew Iron Defense till this match. He had this
amazing setup Coco with Roost. I didn't even realize Coco had Roost because every time we had prepped, it was against like an offensive Coco. It was never against a Roost one. I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna get destroyed. But then Psychic Spam persevered, which was really nice. I got the drop and I could just Psychic Spam, and I was wasting off his Roosts. So once the Coco died, I was just sitting there like, that was probably the moment where I was like, this could go bad very quickly, but I don't care because the beginning of the battle, I was in control. And then at the end, and luckily I was in control at the end of the battle too. I think I was in control the entire time.
For the majority, I believe. Yeah, I feel like 2/3 of it was definitely in your favor. The Coco came in and kind of threatened you, but then you were able to kind of shift it back into your favor and pull it out.
Drop, which was very nice. But once I wasted out the Roosts, like my plan was to waste out the Roosts.
Mm-hmm.
The thing was that like after that happens, after he gets like 4 Calm Minds and then an Iron Defense, like what do I actually do since he outspeeds? I don't know. That Coco was like actually gonna be a game winner.
In scenarios like that, when Amon's just consistently boosting, it's increasing the chances of a crit. So if worst came to worst, you could have critted, but then obviously that would have been a whole another factor in itself. But
yeah,
it's part of the game, and we just gotta accept it. But in the end, you were able to win, which is amazing. Very happy for you again, and you're gonna try and win season 4 potentially.
Hey, my goal for season 4, considering there is a higher caliber of competition coming in, my goal is to make it to, I mean, I'm not wrong. My goal is to make it at least to semis. If not semis, at least go positive by like 2 points. That's my goal positive by like 1 or 2 points,
I
depending on my
feel you.
draft. I think I can either make the playoffs or do that. I think that'd be a lot of that. That's a fair thing. But I mean, hey, make it to finals again. That'd be cool.
Yeah, hopefully it's another good season for you. So I think with like covering the match and how you felt and stuff, I just have some questions I would like to ask you because we just kind of been rambling for a bit back and forth here. But the obvious question here is like what got you initially into Mons? And I want to separate that from Draft League because I kind of have like a separate question on that. But just Mons in general, what kind of just got you interested in the game?
So Pokemon as a whole or competitive Pokemon?
Competitive Pokemon, I want to again save for the actual like draft question section. Don't worry about it. Well, I'll bring that up. But just Pokemon in general, like playing the game as when you were a kid, maybe you like discovered a battle, then after that you're like, oh, I just want to play the games more, or like what was it?
So originally I was like not in a very good financial situation with my I was a young kid. My parents were immigrants, so like we couldn't really afford shit. So I borrowed like Pokemon Yellow like back in the day, and I like fell in love with the game. But like I had to wait until I was about 9 years or 10 years old to get Emerald, and then after I played through Emerald, I had a lot of fun with that. I solo ran that with a Pelipper. Well, not solo. I was duo ran that. I ran it with a Pelipper and a Blaziken. Don't know how that happened.
Shouts out to Nexus for the Pelipper.
Shout out to him. Then I got Fire Red, and then I just started to fall in. Or sorry, I got Leaf Green, not Fire Red. And then I started to fall in love with the game entirely. Like I just kept buying everything. I went back and bought every single game. I played XD. I got the XD GameCube.
Ooh, that looks nice. I've seen that.
It is nice. My cousin has it now, but it was genuinely just I fell in love with one game, had to wait, watch the show continuously, and after that, just buying more games. And then when Diamond and Pearl came out and Wi-Fi came out, I was like, oh my god, I have to play this. I started playing Wi-Fi like with friends nearby. I never got into competitive, but I started playing like a shit ton of just like Gen 4. I fell in love with Gen 4. Gen 5, Heart Gold and Soul Silver was my favorite game came out. I played that for 600 hours, like no joke.
Damn.
That was a lot of fun as a kid. And then after, I think I just started YouTube after that. Like after Heart Gold, whatnot, I was like, all right, Black and White's out. Played that a little bit, completed the decks for that. I was like, all right, I'm gonna make a YouTube channel. I saw Poke Cinema in Maryland, and I was like, all right, it's time.
Oh, Maryland. Doesn't Maryland still upload? I know he's an OG. He's been around forever.
I'm pretty sure he streams and uploads VODs now, and uploads like full plays. I don't know. I don't keep up.
Oh, fair enough. Yeah. But like that's cool. Actually, a big thing for me, like how you said your favorite games are like Heart Gold, Soul Silver, and you played them for like tons of hours. I rarely remember playing through Heart Gold when I got it because I think I just played through it once. And then I think at that time, because I got the game late, because again, no money, so kind of in the same scenario early on you were in. So I didn't have the money, so I think I got the games like later on, and that was like right before Black and White came out. So like I beat the games and I started playing Black and White. And same thing with me. I started with Yellow too, so that's kind of cool. I never really had the luxury of playing XD or Coliseum, which I really do want to though. I really do want to. So
those games aged. Coliseum didn't age well.
No, aren't they like almost the same game?
XD is so well polished. Coliseum,
Really?
the end of the game, the levels become stupid. Like after like the first section of the boss of the last area, everything goes up by like 10 levels. And the final boss goes up like 10 levels, and it doesn't make any sense. The level curve is messed up in Coliseum, but XD, the level curve is like very, very lit.
Okay, so play XD before Coliseum. All right.
No, play Coliseum.
No, I said before. I'll play both. I'll play both. I'm saying like which one to play first. So
you should play Coliseum to get the culture and the story. It's still a great game. You're just gonna have to go back and grind and then come back. But okay. XD is like you can play it, no grinding required, enjoy and have fun. Coliseum, that game, it gives you the best mons at the end of the game. What is that? Who thought that was a good idea?
Yeah, I think that's a little weird. But yeah, okay, so that's pretty cool. Hearing the little story behind the heated mode, getting into the mons and uploading. And now over to kind of like the little competitive side. Because for me, I don't think, like, did you ever upload Wi-Fi battles through like like 6th gen?
I
don't
made
think
6th gen
so.
Wi-Fi battles, but I went on BattleSpot and took like people's suggestions. Never got well versed into Pokemon until UCL, but I was
Yeah,
even
okay,
well
okay.
versed in UCL season 1 or 2. Like, I wasn't like super sweat try hard until this season.
Because obviously you're one of the founders of UCL, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't want to, you don't have to tell me, but like, what was like the idea behind like wanting to start your own league? You don't have to answer that. If it's like personal stuff, then don't worry about it. We'll just move on. But yeah,
Me
like
and
what was the idea
Nexus.
behind like starting your own competitive league, and what made you like really want to do it?
Um, Me and Nexus hit me up. So it was Nexus's original idea. And Nexus hit me up and said, "Hey, or no, well, we were talking about the GBA at the time. It's GBA is OG. It's literally the most OG league. It's done
Is
very
the
well.
OG
Shout
triple
out to
OG?
Shout out to the GBA. Shout out to Magnitude. Magnitude created it, right?
Yes,
Shout out to
Steve,
Magnitude.
aka Magnitude.
Shout out my boy.
He is the
Steve.
founding father of Draft League,
He is,
guys.
he is the founding father of draft leagues. Shout out my boy. But Nexus told me about the GBA. We would like watch it. We saw that we were close with Shady at the time. Shady was in. I was like, oh, this is actually really cool. I really like the idea of it. Then Nexus said, why don't we open up our own league? And I was like, yeah, it sounds like a great idea. And then Nappy came into that, and then we just started like a trio. We started contacting people, see if they wanted to join in. And it was just more so like we liked the idea, and we thought we could do a pretty good job and put our own spin and make a very good presentation. Which for the most part, I think a presentation has been tip top.
Yeah, obviously a lot of people, a lot of people
Yeah.
love the UCL, and I will honestly say like the UCL, like popularity wise, is probably on the same level as GBA was, which is kind of cool because it means there's not just like one huge league that like everybody has to flock to. You know what I'm saying? Like there's options for like those big leagues, and then obviously there's like the smaller leagues and all the other leagues going around. But I kind of like that aspect of the UCL, that it's as big as the original draft league, which I think is just a really cool thing in my opinion, honestly.
Yeah. I think the UCL and GBA are pretty much like equals in terms of popularity. I think UCL is more so like a casual, semi-competitive is the term. There's a lot more casual Pokemon players around in the league, so it offers more of the like entertaining. I wouldn't say the draft battlers in GBA aren't entertaining. They're entertaining in a different way.
Yeah, but you basically the UCL is kind of like for a different audience, and then that's
Yes.
what I meant earlier. Like it's good to have like the two separate leagues, because you can have like people that are interested in one or the other, or maybe they'll be interested in both or get interested in the other because of either the UCL or the GBA, and then that can again like spread to all the other leagues and stuff. And it's great to have that big audience, right? I think is what you're trying to say.
And it's two different types.
The
You got
diversity.
the GBA, which is like very ultra competitive, and people love that because like you'll hear like MV and you'll have
Chimpact
talk
in
about
there, I think.
MV, Chimpact, all these OG Wi-Fi battlers. Bow down. They're gods. I appreciate them. They just are. They're filled with so much knowledge. And then you have like UCL still has the competitive battlers. It still does. But then you'll have like more of the Let's Player community, and they're just like screaming and all that shit. I don't know. It offers two different sides of the coin.
Yes.
Which I like.
That's great, yeah, because you're introducing the Let's Players to this other aspect of Mons that they maybe had like no idea about. And
I like both. I like both leagues. I honestly shout out again, like GBA. You guys are too smart for me, bro. You guys are way too smart for me.
so it's always cool to me to hear how people got into competitive battling, because again, everybody has their own stories, much like everybody starting with Pokemon and what not. Actually, I don't quite remember the details, but why did you choose Toronto Togekiss as your team name?
Okay, so Toronto, because born in Toronto. It's my main city where I live. I live in Brampton, but I was like, when you hear Canada, you either hear Vancouver, Quebec, Toronto, Calgary. I was like, well, Toronto,
Yeah.
right there. Toronto,
Yeah.
obviously. The Togekiss just sounds nicer. Like, again, Togekiss came from the idea because at the time, I never mentioned this, but what got me into competitive battling was literally trying to abuse the RNG as much as possible. Literally, I literally made an entire series of low hacks
I remember.
Literally
Yes.
to abuse
That's still going
RNG.
strong, right?
It's still going. There's only one more episode.
Check it out, guys. If for some reason you don't watch the series, definitely check it out.
It's literally, I abused RNG, and I was like, I love Jirachi, but Toronto Jirachi doesn't work.
No.
And then Togekiss was my second pick in like one of the most haxiest mons I've ever used. I was like, Toronto Togekiss, that actually sounds lit. And then I made the logo based off the Toronto Maple Leafs because Canada, Leaf, you know, people dig that. And that's how I came up with that. It's just honestly, it's my love for RNG, and that it just sounds great. It just sounds nice.
I feel you. So it's funny that you mentioned like Pokemon that hacks. Obviously, again, like Jirachi and Togekiss are like the main two mons that come to mind. Especially like when anybody says like Serene Grace or something, those are immediately the two mons that come to mind. Like something like Meloetta. Like Meloetta knows or has Serene Grace as well, but it's never a Pokemon that you technically associate with it. So I think it's kind of funny that Togekiss just happened to be kind of like the perfect fit, especially for the team name that you chose. Because again, like it haxes, you like haxing, you have a whole series, and you are known for haxing, which is pretty funny. I think how everything's just kind of just tied together, and the Maple Leaf thing is pretty cool too.
What I like about it is that it's personalized. So like there's Toronto Raptors, or the Toronto Raptors, there's the Toronto Blue Jays, and people, what they do a lot of the times with draft, I don't hate this. I think this is a great idea. I think this is great. But a lot of the times people will do like Toronto Star Raptors. I think that's an actual team.
It was retired, I think.
Unlucky, unfortunate. Great name. But like there's Toronto Star Raptors, which is taking a Pokemon, using a current team, and then combining them together, which is, I like that. I think it's cool. But I was like, I think I could do something a little bit different and unique that also relates to me and sounds great. So that's why I picked that. 100%. I think it just sounds great. It just fits me, and it's something different.
No, yeah, like it's all just, again, it all just wraps together and just comes full circle so well. And moving on real quickly here. So of course you're mainly known for doing Let's Plays and stuff. I know you took a bit of a break a while back. I'm not gonna ask why, but what has been I don't, you're not gonna get into like personal stuff like that, so it's all good. What is, I guess, your favorite Let's Play game that you've done, or is it a game that maybe you haven't played yet that is like your favorite?
Told you Heart Gold is my favorite, but Pokemon Sacred Gold, Storm Silver and Sacred Gold are probably my favorite Pokemon creations of video games, because it is literally a Drayano hack of Pokemon Heart Gold, so it's a hard version of Pokemon Heart Gold. And it's literally taking 4th gen competitive Wi-Fi sets with 5th gen abilities, or like 5th gen hidden abilities, putting them on Pokemon, making the Pokemon better, giving every gym leader a proper set, offensive set, and playing through that game with like change dialogue, it's a lot. All right,
That
Pokemon
sounds
Sacred
exciting.
Gold it's a lot. It's so good because they do so many good things in it. It's what I envision a Pokemon remake should be. Is that one? It's a lot harder. Obviously, it's not gonna work with the kids, but I personally, as like someone that's played Pokemon and randomizers, I'm like, randomizers are easy. It's easy walks, whatever. Like sometimes you're gonna run into like a Swords Dance mon, whatever, get through it. But like Pokemon Sacred Gold, you're fighting Wi-Fi teams the entire time. You're going through all this shit. Then they have extra added bonus fights, like they added a Safari Zone, like Team Rocket event. They make you go to Kanto. All of Kanto's fights are ridiculously hard, and they change the order of how you do Kanto. They do. It's a really well-made ROM hack. That's my favorite Pokemon game.
That sounds pretty fun.
Yeah, it's lit. I recommend everybody, that's anybody that hasn't played a Drayano ROM hack, play it. They have Blaze Black, Volt White, Blaze Black 2, Volt White 2, Heart Gold, Storm Silver, Sacred Gold. I think he's coming out with Renegade Platinum, and he did Fire Red Omega. Please play those. You are missing out.
I will have to play those on my free time then. Those seems like a really fun. Like the way you explained it, like I actually like. Okay, I was like, okay, you got a nice little bit of mix in there.
It's my favorite game to play.
Okay.
I played it 4 times on my channel. 4 times. There's gonna be like 2 years from now, I'm gonna play it again. That's how much I love that game.
That actually kind of leads me into my next question real quick. Like again, with the LP things, you do a bunch of like different locks and stuff. I think right now you got like a squad lock or something going on, right? And I think you had like a versus going on as well with Nexus and stuff. Like what is your favorite type of like, I guess like gimmick Let's Play, if we want to like say, I guess it would be a gimmick kind of, right?
Yeah, a favorite like
A little bit. Yeah,
lock
like a
type to
lock
do.
version or like a versus or like a soul link or like what's your favorite type to do?
My favorite thing to do, personally, are egg locks. And the
Ooh.
reason why I like egg locks so much is because it's fully viewer generated. So the viewers have to send you eggs to use in the game. And so for every encounter, so route 1, let's say you get a Pidgey, and it's a level 3 Pidgey. You have unlimited rare candies in your box or in your bag, and you swap a Pidgey out for an egg in the box because you're getting eggs from your viewers. You put the eggs in the game, you swap the Pidgey in, and then you take the egg, you hatch the egg. The egg could be, for example, like a Togepi named Toronto, which is related to me, and it's something that a viewer sent. And then I would level that Togepi up to level 3 and use that instead of the Pidgey. And I just really like it because it gets everyone on your channel involved, and they get to grow alongside of you. And then they can even use older Pokemon that like you may have gotten in randomizers and stuff like that. It's like a unique lock type that can span from so many things on your channel, from so many other channels. And like sometimes it's even just a viewer's favorite mon, and then it becomes my favorite mon.
That's great. Yeah, it's always good to get the audience involved in that. I can definitely see how something like that would be really fun to do or try out and stuff.
It's a lot of fun, man. I enjoy it. Like again, I would love to do egg locks all the time, but I can't because then I'll just do egg locks and only egg locks. I'll be Mr.
You'll be
Egg
known
Lock,
for
and I
egg
want
locks
that.
and hacks.
Oh, I wish. Dude. I wish.
Nice little mix there. You could try that around in the future, possibly. See how things go.
Maybe not.
So obviously, with you having a favorite game you played, what's like the least favorite Pokemon game you think you played? Not necessarily one that you like hate. Like it doesn't have to be a game. Like for me personally, I played a bunch of the regular Pokemon games, and there's not necessarily one I like really dislike. There's some that I like less than others. So like, what's your like least favorite, I guess, game? Or if there is one that you hate, what is it? Like ROM hacks, regular games can be involved too.
Oh man, Pokemon Snakewood. It's poorly made.
Ooh.
I'm sorry. There's a lot of people that like Snakewood. I might give it another try, and maybe I'll change my mind. But when I played it on stream, and stream, you have like so much time. You could stream for 12 hours. You could stream for 6, for 4. I just got bored so quickly. If not Snakewood, because Snakewood is like, maybe I'll have to give it another chance. If not Snakewood, then X and Y. The story for X and Y for me was not enjoyable. I tried to sleep lock it and I got bored.
Okay.
I got bored. That's why I quit the lock. I quit the game because I got bored.
That's
what
fair.
happened.
X and Y, I very vaguely remember personally. I don't quite remember playing through the games, but I have had the urge to replay them, but I haven't got around to it. So we'll see. We'll see how things go.
From it, honestly, the story's kind of like, I don't know. It's just not well executed. There's a lot of cool lore behind it. Like X and Y has a lot of amazing things that were added to it, like Mega Evolution, and the Pokemon in the game are pretty cool to me. It's just the game is not executed well to me, personally. Like I enjoyed Oris, and that's like sort of taboo because a lot of people don't like Oris.
Yeah, honestly, I kind of got bored with ORAS because it was just, for me, it was so similar to Ruby and Sapphire, and I remember playing like regular Ruby and Sapphire. And I understand, obviously, it's a remake. It's a remake, obviously, so yeah, it should be similar. But like, I think it was way too similar. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, they could have toned it down a little bit, or maybe added some different things.
It didn't feel as fresh as Heart Gold and Soul Silver or Fire Red. And, like,
yeah, exactly.
It was kind of like odd. I don't know. It didn't feel as right. But at the end, the changes at the end were.
That's true with the primals and stuff. Ooh, that was a great addition.
That was actually cool.
Yeah, can't go wrong with that one. So, jumping right back into like the little competitive aspect and stuff, and sorry to be like hopping around for you guys out there that are watching. What was your favorite mon that you used through this season, and what was an underwhelming mon, I guess, and what was your favorite mon? Word it like that.
Underwhelming. Okay, so an underwhelming mon I used on my team.
Yeah, like you thought it was gonna do good, but ultimately just did like nothing. Pretty much.
Oh man, I loved every mon on that team, man. That's all. I didn't love every mon.
Cause like I've been in so many drafts, and there's always like one or two mons I'm expecting. Oh, they're gonna do great. They're gonna do awesome, and I'm like, well, I barely brought them, or they always just died. So maybe I won't use them again.
I would say Togekiss. Togekiss, I mean, I didn't utilize it well. And it just never came because it just, like, I was sad. I was sad that I needed to use it because there's so many better options on my team that work well outside of Togekiss.
Yeah, it
And
was
once I
probably
got to
just
use it, it
matchup
died.
wise.
Yeah.
It just came down to matchups. Yeah.
Yeah, Togekiss, it was unfortunate. I don't want to say Florges because Florges I never brought. I don't want to say Rotom because I brought Rotom once. Sneasel was a pleasant surprise. A pleasant surprise. I like Sneasel. And I liked Sneasel, and I liked, what was it? Rotom. Rotom was also pretty cool to use. Even though it died like right away. It was like those one mons where it's like, okay, it's not actually bad. It's not a bad option. You know, they didn't do too much, but okay. My favorite mon to use though, I love Milotic.
I know you brought. I think my loading came to like 7, like almost all the matches, pretty much.
Milotic is the definition of a clean-cut draft league mon. It's not super clean-cut because you have to Flame Orb it. But if it didn't require Flame Orb to get its defenses, it is literally what you would want in a draft league mon. It has recovery. It's bulky offensive. It does a lot of great things, and it can be used in so many. I just love Milotic. Milotic is my favorite mon on that team. It has been brought so many times. Some people might have said Zard. Some people might have said Mew. Some people might have said Kartana. No, Milotic, dude, that is my favorite mon. Absolutely.
I love defensive mon, so I am perfectly okay with your answer. Milotic is definitely an awesome mon there. So I think we're about to wrap this up. I think just like 2 more questions. What was your favorite match throughout the season, and what you thought was your toughest matchup or match, I guess, if you want to put them together?
Favorite match, dude. Oh my goodness, you're gonna make me load up my playlist.
See, I mean, the good thing though of the season was that it was short. It was only like 7 matches, I think, like 7-8 matches. So, well, I mean, for most players, but you had like 9. So,
let me see. I have to like literally load up the playlist. I would say my favorite match to have, probably the one with Nappy, because that one was just. Personally, the reason why I liked it because it was hacks back and forth and it ended up being hacks. That's why I like it.
I know it's so ironic too that you're here haxing people to death, making them rage, and here you are. The one loss
was due to hacks.
Your one loss was due to hacks, and that's just so. There's subtle hilarity in there. Like it's actually, if you think about it, yes, if you really think about it, it's actually pretty funny.
It was a lot of fun to do. It was a lot of fun to just spam out hacks, and I still catch it right away. That was probably my most enjoyable. Like, I smiled at the end of it. Like, Pokemon sucks.
Yes,
but
I've been.
It was fun to play. My toughest match was Twit, easily.
Ooh,
that
really?
was the toughest match. What do you think was my toughest? If it was
really? Oh no, I'm saying no. Your opinion. I guess toughest match. I'm not really sure. You're gonna have me sitting here thinking now.
Yeah, no, because Twit had the worst matchup with me.
That's true.
Me down to 1 mon, like genuinely. Everything he had on his team screwed me over. I lost like 60 mock battles to Twit. I won once or twice.
No, yeah.
Twit had the matchup in every way, and I said, you know what? I'm probably gonna lose this match. It turns out, Twit didn't have a scarfed Kieran Black, and I was chilling. Kieran Black? Yes. Kieran Black? Was that right? Yes.
Yes.
Kieran Black. Okay. I was about to say, wait, am I naming a Ubermon right now?
No. Kieran White is the Ubers. Kieran Black is the one that's legal.
That was the toughest match.
I can see why.
After I sacked the Nidoking, I was like, I don't know what to do. I actually don't know what to do. And it came out in my favor, and I won that way. I got out of that like sweating, like actually sweating and screaming. That was heart-wrenching.
I've said this in power rankings before. Twit's draft was actually just amazing, and it's surprising to me because I don't even think I ranked it that high in the initial like post-draft power rankings. But this draft, if it was in the hands of a more experienced player, I'll say a more experienced battler, I definitely think that this squad would have would have easily made it to like semifinals at least. Like
He got very close
His-
on every single match.
exactly, which is crazy too because again, Twit doesn't really battle at all, and the fact that he was able to make most of his matches just come down to either like chance or just come down to him just barely losing. That's a real testament to him like improving and catching on to things, as well as just a testament to how good his draft ultimately
That's a
was.
4-3, 5-2 potential team that just got crushed over chance. It's unlucky.
Yeah, but
Chance
it's
for, like,
a
small
terrifying
things.
draft there.
Yeah.
So I believe that is all. I actually had one last question to come to mind, and I promise this will be the last one here. We've been here for twice as long as I wanted this to be, but I've been enjoying myself. Hopefully you guys have been enjoying the video as well. And Mo, I hope you have not mind listening to me ramble here and ask you questions and whatnot.
I'm good, Chief. I am good. I am enjoying this.
So after this season, I don't know how your mentality was for like going into battles like season 1 and season 2, but I do think that this season you kind of had like a better not mental focus. I want to say like a better, I guess attitude, or like a better sense of like how to go into a battle, like not like trying to be like negative and stuff. Like you wanted to try to like be positive, or you wanted to follow, I guess, like game plans and stuff. Cause you get what I'm saying? Cause like battling is one thing,
Yeah.
like making moves, making predictions, that's one thing, but it's like another thing to have like the right sense or like the right feelings like going into a battle. Cause obviously if you're going to go into a match thinking negatively or just being negative, then you might perform negative. But if you like try to stay positive, focus, then you might do better. So like how did that change for you from like season 1 to season 3?
This might be a little bit more personal, but hell, I don't care.
Oh, if we
Like
can just
season-
say that.
No,
sure
no,
it's
no,
fine?
That's fine.
Okay.
I'm fine with answering like more personal things. But season 1 and 2, I just had a negative mindset like at that point in my life. So it was kind of like it wasn't a good spot. So a lot of the times I would go into battles and be like, ah, this is so bad. I can't do good. And then I would lose and be like, all right, I'm terrible. I'm gonna throw this. I would like throw stuff and be like, I'm so bad. I'm so stupid. And like that would go hand in hand with like so many parts of my life. So more recently, like obviously I started working out, all that. People have heard it over and over. And I
Check
started,
out
like,
this
taking care of
man's
myself.
pictures on Twitter. Ooh.
Oh wait, chill. But like, you know, it's so weird when I say it, but like when I started working out and started exercising and taking care of myself, I started saying, like, when I started working out, I was like, okay, I can barely lift. You know, I didn't start saying I'm so weak I can never get strong. I said the only way to get stronger is by being weaker. You know, in a way, like you're not going to be strong. You cannot be strong without being weak, obviously.
Yeah,
So
you can't immediately be amazing at something, essentially.
Yeah, like I said, anything in life. Maybe some people have like a head start. They have better genetics than you. That's fine. Fuck them. You know what? They have a head start. They probably are still going to struggle because they're not as strong as others around them that have worked millions times harder. So I said, you know what? Well, like when I came to the gym, I was like, okay, well, I'm going to have to get stronger by continuously being continuously failing and doing this, and eventually I will persevere through every goal. So I apply that to everything in my life. I said, okay, I need to upload this video. If I don't upload this video, it's fine, but I need to get on it. I need to make sure I don't not upload. After that, I said, okay, what can I do about these battles here? What can I do? I cannot have a negative mindset, or I will literally be in the most unhealthy state you could ever ask for me. So I said, I'm going to go into this with the knowledge that I am not good at Pokemon. I'm going to get as much help as I can. I'm gonna put in as much time, and I'm gonna work harder than everyone else. And I think I worked I think I made that clear. I don't think I worked absolutely harder than everyone else, but there's a lot of times where like some people would only work for like Bill for like an hour. I was like, no, I need to do this like 6 to 7 hours sometimes. So I said, I'm gonna take this in, work very hard, and even if it goes bad, a failure just means I am closer to succeeding. So even if I was 0-6 at the end of the season, if my last battle, I would have said, I worked so hard this entire season to fail, but maybe this is my chance to go 1-6. And even if I went 0-7 in that season, right? Obviously that's not the case. Even if I went 0-7 this season, I would have said, that's fine because there's other things I can do great in. and I kept applying that to everything in the battle. So if anything was bad in a battle to me, I said I can do this. I can change this. I can get this momentum up. I gotta get rid of this mon. Stay focused. You might be in bad momentum right now, but you can put it together right after. And I just apply that to every single time I went to that battle. Every single time. Maybe not with Twit. I literally went in with a defeated mindset, still won. That's an anomaly. But every single time I said, I can win this. I can win this. I can win this. Doesn't matter how better this person is. Nexus was more skilled than I was, but I worked so hard, very hard to get to where I was. So it's just hard work and staying determined, because I'm gonna say this to everybody behind the screen. You're going to fail as much as you can, because that means you're gonna succeed. And that's how I went in every single battle.
I'm not crying, you're crying.
That's true. It's true. I sound like a motivational speaker, but it's true. It's true.
I gotta wipe my eyes. Hold on. Okay, no, but thank you for the words out there. I'm sure people out there, hopefully you guys can apply it. And obviously Mo just really came out this season and shined and really proved that if you just put the work in, man, it'll pay off. Even if it's something little like this draft league, it's something you can always just apply to whatever you have going on in your life. And
anything. You ever see my hero? You see my boy Deku? My boy had nothing, and now he has everything,
including tears every episode. Please stop.
Every episode, but it doesn't matter. He's working hard, damn it. He's working hard to be the best hero.
He will be the best.
He's working hard. He will be the best. All right, persevere.
Yes.
God damn it.
All right. Well, I want to say thank you so much for letting me be able to interview you for the season 3 of the UCL. Again, congratulations on your championship. I'm genuinely happy for you, man. Again, I know exactly how it feels. I know where you were coming from when you won, and it was a great season. Hopefully season 4 will do you as good as it did in this season. So any last things you maybe want to say, and then we can wrap it up here.
Thank you all for the support, not even just for me, but the entirety of the season, every coach and everyone that's been involved. Shout outs to every single person, whether it's somebody that's making a tweet saying, I enjoyed this UCL battle, or left a comment and said, rooting their favorite team, or somebody that's on this video or watched all of Leo's videos on this, or made videos. Shout out to all of you, because every single one of you has made this possible, and we would not be here without you guys. So thank you guys for being a part of this great experience that we've all been through. I appreciate every single one of you.
And I think with that, I also want to say thank you all so much. If you enjoyed the video, you know what to do. Check out Mo, check out all the amazing coaches that were a part of this UCL season. And I think with that being said, I will hopefully see you all next season of the UCL. We'll see how things go, but you will definitely be seeing Mo. So with that being said, I will see you all next time. So later, everybody.
Bye.
No matter where you're at, I'm not here to make friends, it's time to attack and deplete your HP with a final smash. Don't make me turn around and pull a 6-foot hacks. 6 foot hacks, yeah. 6 foot hacks, yeah. 6 foot hacks,